Indians won another nail-biter last night, their 13th one-run game in the month of August, as Chris Perez nailed down his 30th save of the season to pull the Tribe within 5.5 games of the Tigers. Tonight, Genmar Gomez gets the call-up from Columbus to face a struggling Trevor Cahill as the Tribe looks to make it 2 in a row over the A's. Next on Sports Time Ohio. As the month of August starts to fade away, the Cleveland Indians find themselves just 4 games behind the Detroit Tigers in the loss column in the American League Central Division standings. Tonight it's Game 2 in a 4-game series between the Tribe and the Oakland A's. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. Last night, Tribe eked out another close one against Oakland, another low-scoring affair, which is nothing new between these two teams so far this year. But Rick, let's talk about Kosuke Fukudome. Got off to a slow start, but, man, he's had a lot of big hits over the last several weeks.
Well, since he was acquired at the end of July, the 27th to be exact, I'll tell you what, he's fit into this lineup beautifully. I like him in the leadoff spot with Brantley out, and if he had healthy bodies to hit, lower in the lineup. But he has been very, very good. In this first week, he struggled. But anytime you get traded, that certainly could happen. But look in the last 23 games, 12 multi-hit games, hitting at a .319 average, and he's really bounced around that lineup for Manny Acta, but he has done a very, very good job.
In addition, he's played very well defensively for Manny Acta, too, in the outfield. Now let's take a look at tonight's pitching matchup as Genmar Gomez gets the call-up from AAA Columbus to make the start for the Indians here tonight. Tonight's pitching matchup brought to you by Dodge. Visit Dodge.com or your local dealer today.
He's going up against Trevor Cahill tonight, who is 9-12. It's been a disappointing season for Cahill. You can see since the break he has really struggled. He's a sinker baller. He must have control of that pitch and keep it down in the strike zone. Now, Genmar Gomez getting the start today for the Indians. You can see he's looking for his first win this year. He did make a start against Oakland back in May, early May 5th, out in Oakland. It was a no decision, but he pitched pretty well against them. So for Gomez to come out and be successful tonight, we have to look at the secondary pitches. Primarily go out there, establish your sinker and your fastball, and we'll see what the slider and changeup does.
And as you saw on your screen there, to make room for Gomez on the roster, the Indians sending Matt Laporta down to AAA Columbus. We'll be back with play-by-play action between the Indians and the A's coming up next right here on Sports Time Ohio. An overcast evening in downtown Cleveland, 74 degrees at game time as the Indians take the field to battle the Oakland Athletics. Indians winning last night. They've taken 3 out of 4 from Oakland on the year. And Genmar Gomez getting the call up to make the start here tonight for the Indians. While he makes his warm-up tosses, let's get you warmed up with the Oakland A's starting lineup for manager Bob Melvin. Jamiel Weeks in the leadoff spot was 2 for 4 with a pair of doubles last night. Coco Crisp in the 2-hole, then Hideki Matsui bats third. Josh Willingham will DH in bat cleanup. Then Brandon Allen, David DeJesus in the lineup tonight batting 6th. Cliff Pennington, Kurt Suzuki, and Scott Sizemore batting 9th.
Jenmar Gomez on the mound for the Indians, his 5th Major League start this year. A record of 0-2 and a .570 earned run average. His last start came July 17th in Baltimore. It was a loss. He did start against the Oakland A's this year. He had a no decision, but pitched well back on May 5th. 5 1/3 innings, 6 hits. He gave up 1 run, and he walked a pair and struck out 1. So a no decision. He'll come back here and see if he can pitch another decent game against the A's. Let's take a look at the Indians' defense, brought to you by Pat O'Brien Chevrolet, saluting the men and women defending our country and watching on the Armed Forces Network. Duncan Carrera Fugudome in the outfield. Hanahan at third, Cabrera at short, Donald at second, Santana at first with Lou Marson behind the plate.
Gary Darling, the crew chief, will call the balls and strikes tonight. Bruce Dreckman at first, Alan Porter at second, and Rob Drake is down at third. Bob Melvin took over on June the 9th after Bob Guerin was relieved of his duties at the helm here in Oakland. When Bob Guerin was fired, Oakland was 27-36 in 8 games off the pace in the American League West. They come into play tonight 60 wins and 74 losses, 15.5 games behind front-running Texas in the AOS. Manny Acta's club, 66-65. They're a half game behind Chicago, 5.5 games behind front-running Detroit. We're underway as Gomez goes at Jamal Weeks with a first pitch strike. That's outside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Weeks during his 6-game hitting streak has 11 hits, but he grounds this one right at Jason Donald for out number 1. That'll bring up Coco Crisp. Crisp was 1 for 4 last night, but in a key spot late in the game, he attempted to bunt Weeks from second to third, and there was some miscommunication on the play. Bob Melvin said he did not give the bunt sign to his third base coach, but Mike Gallego thought he had the bunt sign, and that was what was relayed. So Bob Melvin afterwards said it was my mistake, it was my fault. He took the blame.
Well, that was a big play in the ball game.
It was huge.
You know, because if the base runner didn't know it was a bunt, that's probably why he might have froze on that situation, because he did pop it up right in front of home plate. Tony Sipp was charging. You know, you couldn't tell if he was going to catch it or not. He didn't advance. The next guy popped out. Matsui flew out to the wall where he would have scored if he was on third base.
1-1 the count for Coco Crisp. This is the play from last night, which loomed very large at the end of the ball game.
Well, now that you know the base runner didn't know it, he related to the hitter, but the runner sort of caught nowhere's land out there. It's still a tough play.
And Bob Melvin said afterwards, it's a tough read for the runner at second base because it's popped up. He's thinking the pitcher was going to catch it, and so he froze, and once he did that, he had no chance.
Well, and you don't want to get doubled up because you're the tying run in scoring position anyway, so you better be safe than sorry.
Now the 3-1. That's high for ball 4. So Coco Crisp, with his 37 stolen bases, jogs down to first. And we'll take a look at our Ion 4 Powerade rankings. Chris Perez notching his 30th save last night. 4th in the American League, just ahead of Jonathan Papelbon in Boston. Here is Hideki Matsui now. And the pitch outside for ball 1. This is an Oakland offense that started this road trip like a house of fire. In their first 4 games, they won 3 out of 4, and they were averaging 9 runs a game. But in the last 3, they're averaging just a shade over 1 run per game.
Well, when they went to New York, they were hitting the long ball, and that certainly helps. They hit 3 homers in a game out on the road. That stopped a streak of 98 consecutive games with 2 home runs or less. You know, they're not a long ball hitting team. They're 12th in the league. They have 91 as a team. But when you get them and you get some easy runs, it certainly helps.
Gomez with the 2-0. Matsui bangs it in the hole. Coco Crisp will stop at second. Fukudome gets to it quickly. And the A's have 2 on with 1 out here in the first.
Let's check out this pitch on our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker. And that's what you shoot for, that hole over there at first base. That was a little sinker that stayed middle third of the plate, and he was able to top it and find the hole between first and second, although Crisp could not get to third. Still 1 out, and you got a chance for a ground ball, and you got a chance to get a double play.
Now Josh Willingham, the A's DH. 0 for 3 with a couple of strikeouts last night. Willingham was at the plate after the play we just showed you a moment ago in that 8th inning. He was called out on a Vinny Pistano fastball over the outside corner. Willingham and a number of the other A's players intimated afterwards that they didn't think it was a strike. Actually, Willingham said no comment, as did manager Bob Melvin. But you go back and look at that replay, and it looked like a perfect pitch. Now the 0-2. Swung on and missed, and Gomez gets a big strikeout, 2 down. This is a pitch last night we're talking about, and I mean, there are pitches where you can say, wow, that was a generous call. That did not look like that was a generous call.
It could have went either way, strike or a ball. And I mean, it was like you say, it was as a hitter, you call it a perfect pitch. As the hitter, you don't want to have to swing at that ball because there's not much you're going to do with it anyway.
Now Brandon Allen with 2 on and 2 out in the first inning. Down and in, a good pitch by Gomez. Slider right at that back foot. And it's 0-1.
Well, that's going to be the difference. That's a good slider down and in. And you'll see that pitch. That's well located. It was out of the strike zone, but you get him to swing at that pitch on strike 1.
Comes back with a good fastball, and now he's got him down on the count, 0-2. Gomez trying to work out of some first inning trouble here with 2 aboard, 2 down. And now the 2-strike pitch to Allen. A little bit outside. Here's the 1-2. Back to even.
See if he goes back to that slider down and in where Allen wanted to swing at it on the first pitch. We'll see what Lou Marson calls here for him.
Bounce to first. Big hop for Santana. The flip to Gomez. And the inning is over. No runs, a hit, 2 men left aboard. Indians coming to bat when we return. Bottom of the first here at Progressive Field. Manny Acta's starting lineup tonight. Brought to you by Progressive Insurance, proud to be the official auto insurance provider of the Cleveland Indians. Ezekiel Carrera in the top spot. Kosuke Fukudome batting second. Then is Drupal Cabrera. Jim Thome, Carlos Santana, and Shelley Duncan in the middle. Jack Hanahan, Jason Donald, and Lou Marson round it out.
Trevor Cahill already making his 29th start this year for the A's. His record 9-12, a 4.13 ERA. Now, what a difference, a year makes. He started off the year going 6-0 with a 1.72 ERA. Since then, he is 3-12 and a 5.19. He has not pitched very well since the break, 1-5 with a 7. And the only time Oakland beat the Indians this year, he was on the mound. Back on May 4th, he went 7 innings, 5 hits, 1 run, walked 3, and struck out 5. And he's one of those. But last year he was 18-8 with an ERA of under 3. He's a sinker ball pitcher, changeup, and a curveball. But he's been erratic, and that sinker ball pitcher. We've witnessed him before. You better have your control and keep it down in the zone.
Bang to second base. Jamal Weeks throws out Carrera. 1 away.
Take a look at the Home Depot Oakland A's defensive lineup. In the outfield tonight, Matsui gets a start in left. Crisp is in center. DeJesus out in right. Sizemore is at third. Pennington at short. Weeks at second. Allen at first. Suzuki behind the plate. More savings, more doing. That's the power of Home Depot.
Kosuke Fukudome steps in here. 2 for 3 last night with a double. He has collected 10 hits on the homestand. He missed again. 3 balls, no strikes.
Well, he will walk you. He has 70 walks on the year. That's something the Indians have to try and do a little more of, is getting the base on balls. Because if you get on first base with Cahill, you can steal second. He has allowed 26 stolen bases. That's second in the league. He has 12 wild pitches, which is second in the league.
Comes right back, full count. And the payoff pitch. Bounced to short. Pennington will throw him out, and with more on Oakland pitcher Trevor Cahill, let's join Katie with him.
Well, guys, opponents are hitting .312 off Cahill since the All-Star break. You mentioned he's got that sinker that could be untouchable at times, but I spoke with Indians hitting coach Bruce Fields, and he said it looks like Cahill's just trying to be too fine with his pitches lately. That's affected his command, and he's definitely gotten behind in the count because of that. The key for the Tribe at the plate tonight is to force him to throw over the plate and then be able to be aggressive on anything he may leave up in the zone.
As Drupal Cabrera looks at a ball down low.
That's right. Get that sinker baller up in the zone. And if you can get into hitters' counts, you can be a little more patient with him. As I said, he will walk you.
There's a slam shot right back up the middle. Cabrera sent that one buzzing past Cahill for a 2-out single.
Coming off a changeup there. And this is elevated. That's what you want to do. Get it upstairs. Boom, changeup. Right back up the middle. Good approach, good swing.
That'll give Jim Thome a chance to bat with a runner aboard here in the first inning and 2 down. Jim 0 for 3 last night. Down in the dirt for ball 1. Thome has homered twice this year against Oakland. 6 for 19 on the year. And in his career, a .279 average against Oakland. with 31 homers and 90 runs batted in. Takes a strike to even the count. Upstairs, 1-1. I beg your pardon, 1-2 to count now on Jim. With Cabrera at first and 2 down. Now Cahill ready with the 1-2. Cabrera takes off. It's down and in. Throw to second.
Oh, what a perfect
throw indeed. And a nice catch and tag by Pennington to retire Asdrubal Cabrera, denying him of a stolen base. That ends the first. No score after 1. Wow. The Mango Pineapple Real Fruit Smoothie has arrived. By your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. And by AT&T. Second inning, no score. David DeJesus will lead off for Oakland.
A guy I think Oakland has been a little disappointed in after they got him from Kansas City. Here's a guy that always played well against the Indians in Kansas City. He is the 4th free agent out of the first 6 hitters. Coco's going to become a free agent, Matsui, Willingham, and now DeJesus. But disappointing numbers. I thought they thought he was going to be out there every day and put up some pretty good offensive numbers because that's what they were looking for.
He has hit Oakland's only 2 homers against the Indians this year.
That doesn't surprise you.
No 1-1. One thing you can count on so far this year, low-scoring affairs. In the 4 games they've played, Oakland has averaged 2 runs a game. The Indians have averaged 2.7. Nobody has scored more than 4 in any one game.
No kidding. That's
the 2-1. Bounced to first on a hot smash, but Santana equal to the task, 1 away. Let's get a look at our trivia question tonight, brought to you by AT&T. 3 left-handed hitters in A's history have hit 35 or more homers in a season. We'll have the answer coming up later in the game. 3 left-handed hitters, the key there. Here's Cliff Pennington now. And he takes a strike. Pennington 0 for 3 in last night's game. Boy, in that replay we showed as we went to break, Pennington came in and he kind of lost his footing, but he caught the ball and Cabrera's hand literally slid right into his glove on the tag.
Perfect throw, and it was a nice tag as well. That's tough to do. Good concentration. I mean, when you look at it, I mean, I thought Cabrera had it stolen easy. Look where he's at, but the ball comes right there, and as the hand got into the glove, I mean, you're talking about an inch. Yeah. That was tough to hold on to.
1-2 pitch. Got him looking. Gomez gets his second strikeout, 2 down here in inning number 2.
There you go, right there. A little movement on that ball coming back over the plate. And it locked him up. That's a pitch you're going to see Cahill try and throw to left-handers as well.
Genmar Gomez will go to work now on Kurt Suzuki, who was 0 for 4 last night. Taking a strike, that'll even the count at 1-1. That was only the 19th base runner that Suzuki has thrown out of 102 attempts on the year. Had a tough time slowing down the run game, and certainly some of that blame has to be attributed to the pitchers as well. There's a long fly ball deep to left, and it's going to be high off the wall. Played well by Duncan, but into second base with a 2-out double is Kurt Suzuki, his 23rd two-bagger on the year.
I want to check the location of this pitch on our Time Warner Cable pitch tracker, and that had to be upstairs because he turned on it. Yeah, that ball came up and in. Lou wanted it down and away. An 89-mile-an-hour two-seamer that stayed belt high, and that ball just stayed in the ballpark. So it'll be a 2-out double for Oakland, their second hit. It'll give Sizemore an opportunity.
That's in the air, deep to left center, but back goes Carrera onto the front edge of the warning track to retire the side. We'll go to the bottom of the second, no score. Jim Thome will be
thumbs up, bud.
at the plate. He was at the dish when Cabrera was thrown out trying to steal to end the first inning.
He's not allowed to move. Stay right there. Thumbs up.
And he takes the pitch outside for ball one. Lays off, but it's called a strike, and the count evens 1-1. Two balls and a strike. Trevor Cahill, California native, was a second-round pick back in 06 of the A's and made his debut in 09 at the age of 21. Missed downstairs. 3 balls and a strike. There's a liner toward left center, and that's a hit. It's in the gap, cut off by Matsui, and he'll hold Thome to a leadoff single here in the second inning.
There's that sinker that sort of stays upstairs. Jimmy stayed on it, knocks it to left center. Matsui cut it off.
Brings us to our great clip of the game from last night. Carlos Santana with his 20th home run on the year. Relax, you're at Great Clips. Manny Acta said last night, if you just simply looked at the batting average of Santana, you'd say he hasn't had a very good year. But he said when you look at the productivity and all that's been asked of him, he said in a lot of ways he's more than held his own.
Oh, there's no question about it. Think about it. There's a young kid actually just, it's his first full year. And he's been thrown into the leadoff spot, the cleanup spot, or number 5, and be an RBI or a run producer. And, everything happens at once. It's not an easy thing to do when you're still learning how to hit the baseball and your approach at the plate. He's been able to get better as the year goes on, and he's going to continue to get better. But I'll tell you what, the ball jumps off this guy's bat, and right now he is the most dangerous hitter in this lineup, period. He may swing and miss, but he does take his walk, something that the other Indians hitters do not do.
Bounce to short. Pennington. Oh, he dropped the ball, and he still gets the force at second base. But that was a tailor-made double play ball, and they only get the one.
Yeah, it just slips out, but he had plenty of time with Thome running to still get it to second base. It is a double play ball, no question. But never found the handle, but he's able to just get the one. He knows it.
So 1 on, 1 out for Shelley Duncan. I was just thinking about what you were talking about with regards to Santana. Jim Thome and Manny Ramirez were going to be great players regardless, but you think how much quicker it made them better players.
Well, they were
to have Albert Bell and Eddie Murray hitting in front of them, and just being able to watch them and not have to have the expectations of the whole offense on their shoulders as young players. Unbelievable.
When you surround yourself with hitters like that, hitters in that lineup are Hall of Famers. So much different. It's a huge difference.
Duncan with a drive to center, but back goes Coco Crisp. They'll pull that down 2 away. Tonight's minor league report brought to you by Kia. Jared Gettert. But he got the hat trick, huh?
I think he's the only one playing down there in Columbus. We've had him on every night.
Well, we overlooked Mike Sarbaugh, who was named the International League's Manager of the Year.
Congratulations, Mike.
And how couldn't he be at 85 and 53? What a season they've had. It's the 4th time he's won a Manager of the Year award. Also winning in the Eastern League and the Carolina League. Jack Hanahan, 1 ball, 1 strike with 2 down and a runner at first here in inning number 2. Jack was 10 for his first 20 on this homestand. Now 0 for his last 5. Looks at the ball up high. It's 3-1.
Yeah, you can see Cahill. You know, it's a sinker ball. Sinker ballers have to stay down in the zone. If they pitch from in front, they get guys to swing at pitches out of the zone. When you start falling behind, then you're going to have to come in and then take a little movement off the pitches to let guys hit it.
Gets away from Weeks. He recovers and throws and still gets Hanahan. 2 complete from Progressive Field. No score. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment. Each team with a couple of hits. Top of the order for Oakland here in inning number 3. Jemiah Weeks bounced out to second base his first time up. Pitch in there for a called strike. One on one the count. Jemiah Weeks, the younger brother of Ricky Weeks. He was originally drafted by the club that Ricky came up with, Milwaukee, but he chose not to sign coming out of high school, went to college and went from an 8th round pick to a 1st round pick by Oakland.
It's the way to do it.
Two. And a liner into left. That'll drop for a hit and extend his hitting streak to 7 games. Let's check in once again with Katie Witham.
Well, Matt, the Tribe making a push for the playoffs, and right now the Indians have a great deal for all of their fans. You can go online and register for your chance to purchase single-game tickets to the Division Series, the ALCS, and the World Series. Winners will be notified on September 13th by email. Check it all out now, Indians.com/postseason.
Thanks, Katie. Katie also reporting that there's good news with regards to Grady Sizemore and his comeback attempt. He was cleared by the doctors today, and Grady will DH in Akron tomorrow. Then he'll play 6 innings in the outfield on Thursday. And then on Friday, they'll reevaluate the situation and go from there. But that's certainly a good step forward for Sizemore.
Well, he said he felt like he could go out and play in some games.
Mm-hmm. Up high, ball 1. Coco Crisp drew a walk his first time up. Coco missed 6 games with a strained right calf. Since then, he started the last 16 games in center field. Takes a strike, even though he pulled the bat back.
I think he was taken all the way because he walked in his first at-bat and he realizes that Gomez is having a tough time throwing him strikes.
Definitely the best side of the plate for Coco, hitting .290 from the left side, just .220 from the right side of the dish. Oh, he had weeks. He had him leaning, and he was almost taken off when he stepped off and threw to first, and Santana able to tag him out. He took a little, almost like a crow hop, a little jump step towards second right as Gomez stepped off the rubber, and he was in no man's land.
Tried to time him. He thought that Gomez was going home, and that's what happens when you hold the ball on, young base stealers. They get a little anxious, and they want you to throw the ball home, and then all of a sudden you come to first base, and that's what happens. He picked him off. All part of the process of, he's going to be a base stealer. You learn how to do it, and you have to get picked off to do that.
Good pitch. And he gets ahead of Coco Crisp. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Couldn't get him to chase after. Tantalizing pitch just off the outside corner. And the 2-2. Bounced foul.
Send out some birthday wishes tonight. Bill Yeager of Fremont is turning 85. Donald Frame of Louisville is 83.
Sure that's not Louisville?
No, I think it's Louisville.
He's from Kentucky.
Yes, he is. Gary didn't put that.
Our friend in the truck would be.
He would know him if he's from Louisville. Happy birthday, guys.
Here's the 2-2. Bounce to first. Santana has it. Goes to the bag himself. 2 down. Hey, before the ball game today, Felice Mueller, a gold medal winner in the pair race rowing under 23 world championships throughout tonight's first pitch, set a world record in that event in Amsterdam. Congratulations to Felice Mueller. Yeah, pretty good first pitch, too.
Yes, it was. She was excited about it.
2 down for Hideki Matsui, a base hit his first time up. He is empty after that big swing. Indians shift 3 on the right side for Matsui. His lone hit last night came when he went against the shift and doubled the left. 1-1 the count. 45 pitches for Gomez. 26 of those have been strikes. He has whiffed a pair. He has walked one. Close pitch did not get the call. It's 2-1. Punched it towards left, and he beats the shift again, although that would have beaten anything.
That is true. Off the end of the bat. Little sinker down and away.
Matsui 2 for 2, and another 2-out base runner for Oakland.
The count is in his favor, but you look at that. That's a good job of hitting right there. That's about the only thing he could have done with that pitch is just slap it the other way. It falls in front of Duncan. It'll go as a 2-out single. So the pickoff looms large here.
Josh Willingham called out on strikes in the first inning. A little bit outside, 1-0. That'll even the count. Willingham hitting just .229 in the month of August, although he has clobbered 8 home runs. Wow. Close, but again, no call. It's 2-1.
Well, it had to be down because it had the plate.
And the 2-1 offering is swung on and missed to even the count. Gomez 1 strike away from ending the inning. Steps away. Full count. Matsui will get a head start now at first base. Santana will drop behind him. And the set. Runner goes. And a weak chopper to short as Drupal Cabrera will go to first, and that'll end the inning. We move to the bottom of the third. Still no score. No score, bottom of the third inning. It will be Jason Donald, Lou Marson, and Ezekiel Carrera for the Indians. Jason Donald back in the lineup tonight after missing last night's game with a right index finger contusion. Knocked him out of the lineup just prior to the game. Takes the ball outside to even the count. Slow chopper to third. Scott Sizemore throws him out, one away.
Well, you don't want to miss out on your chance for you and a guest to watch a game with Mike Hartgrove from the Grover Suite right here at Progressive Field. Tickets are only $20. 5 winners will be drawn. So stop by the Indians Charities table behind Section 153 at any Indians home game and purchase your raffle tickets.
There's the former Indians manager. He was in uniform before the game today, out on the field during batting practice. Lou Marson batting here with 1 out in the third. Trying to stop an 0 for 8 slump. And a bouncing ball up the middle. It gets away from Pennington. And Marson's got himself an infield single with 1 out here in the third.
There's a ball up the middle. I thought he was going to at least catch this ball, but he doesn't get to it. Goes off the finger of his glove. And it'll go as a base hit.
That'll bring up Ezekiel Carrera, who has the most hits of any Indians player on this homestand with 11.
This is something you may want to see him do sometime tonight, if not here, maybe lay down a bunt. Oakland pitchers have made 18 errors this year, which is by far the most.
Slow chopper hit to short. Pennington backhand. Throw to first, not in time. Carrera's speed beats it out. And the Indians have back-to-back 1 out infield singles here in the third.
Well, once that ball, Sizemore couldn't get there, it was going to be an awfully tough play for Pennington, the way that Carrera can run. The ball gets by you. If he could have gotten to that ball, which he backed off and lets Pennington make the play, and you can see the speed, beats it out at first base. So an infield single, puts the head down. He knows he's going to have to get after it. And yes, he does. Beat it out.
Kosuke Fukudome bounced out to short his first time up. And he takes a strike. Marson at second, Carrera at first. And it's 0-2. Last night, Fukudome doubled into the right field corner, scoring Ezekiel Carrera all the way from first base. That was with 2 outs. Now he's just got to try to put the ball in play. Way outside. Good block by Suzuki. Almost got away from him again. But Suzuki with a nice athletic play to keep that from going all the way to the backstop.
From 0-2 to 3-2. So he led Fukudome back into the at-bat. That was like a changeup. And look at that, man. That was Suzuki did a great job not to let that ball get back to the backstop.
So 2 on with 1 out. And a 3-2 count for Fukudome. Here's the payoff pitch, and it's chopped foul.
Well, Cahill doesn't have a strikeout yet tonight. With Fukudome up there, I believe he's going to put the ball in play. It would be a good time to start the runners. Even though there's a clear line to third base, you have Marson at second. I think he's going to put the ball in play.
Again, the 3-2. And again, it's fouled off. This time off Fukudome's foot.
So far tonight, the Indians have not swung and missed when they went after one of Cahill's pitches.
Again, the 3-2. And that's hammered to right field. DeJesus can't get it. It'll go to the wall. Marson coming around third. Right on his heels is Carrera. Marson scores, so does Zeke, and the Indians lead it 2-0. Kosuke Fukudome delivers yet again. His 10th double, RBIs number 11 and 12, and he stays red hot on the homestand. That's his 11th hit on this homestand as Fukudome puts the Tribe in front.
It's going to be our McDonald's. I'm loving it, and he certainly did. He got a sinker out over the plate and found the gap in right center field. He did put it in play, and he hit a line drive. Carrera able to get a very good read off the bat, knowing that ball was in there for extra bases so he could take off and start running. He scores easily. The Indians break up top. It's a 2-0 ball game. Another big hit for Fukudome.
And now is Dribble Cabrera with a drive to fairly deep center. Crisp had to go back and then came in to make the catch, and Fukudome holds at second base, 2 down. Let's check in once again tonight with Katie Witham.
Well, you guys talking about Kosuke Fukudome batting .319 in his last 23 games. He told me he's really worked on the little things since coming here to Cleveland. He's in a good rhythm. His timing's back. He admitted, though, he's still trying to get to know the American League Central pitchers. The good thing, guys, he's going to get to see Detroit twice, Chicago here. The key for him, he said, is just to maintain the consistency and keep doing what he's doing throughout the season.
Well, he's done a nice job. First 6 games we showed you in the open has been slow, but I mean, that's part of the trade. After that, he has settled in nicely, and he's bounced all over the lineup, and he's been very good defensively.
12 ribbies now, and this is 30th game. He had 13 ribbies in 87 games with Chicago. Now Jim Thome trying to extend that lead for the Indians. Takes a strike to even the count. Marson got it started with the infield single. Taking that, just missed. It's 2-1. Cahill now 52 pitches in the game. 29 of those have been strikes. Down and
Hit
in.
him.
Suzuki couldn't stop it.
Well,
He blocked it, but he couldn't find a handle, and that enables Fukudome to scamper down to third on the wild pitch.
I almost thought that ball hit Jim Thome, but I guess it didn't. It was down around his feet, and boy, he has been back. Look at Suzuki. He's getting worn out.
Side to side, like a
yeah.
hockey goalie.
I mean, watch this. I thought it hit him. Well, how did it deflect to the right? I think it did. Did you see the ball kick back the other way?
Take another look here. Boy, I think it might have grazed
I
his
think
foot.
it caught his toe. I heard it hit something.
If you looked at the way his back foot danced out of the way, I think it did.
I do too. I heard it hit something, and now that I see the replay, I see that thing deflect.
You think maybe he didn't even feel it?
He's got some tough toes. If he did.
Swing and a miss, full count. Maybe he's wearing steel-toed shoes.
He's got those steel toe jobbers on. I'll tell you what. Watch this thing deflect once it hits. Yeah, it did.
Right off the.
It sure did.
Yep.
But Suzuki never said a word.
Well, I mean,
That's how close it
yeah,
was.
just barely grazed it. The 3-2. Fouled back. Fukudome at third with 2 down. Indians with 2 runs in here in the third. And the payoff pitch. Ball 4. It's going to bring up Carlos Santana. Ron Romanek is going to go out and talk to Trevor Cahill. Meanwhile, the A's infield hasn't helped a whole lot here tonight.
There's a double play ball that wasn't turned because of a boot, although they got outs on both these balls there. There's one that really started this rally, one that Pennington couldn't make on Lou Marson. He ended up coming around to score. And I told you before, they have made the most errors in the league, 106. They're rated last in the league in defense. And when you got a ground ball pitcher, the last thing you need is some bobbles and some boots.
Well, with 2 on and 2 out and 2 runs in, Carlos Santana steps to the plate.
You know, we talked about him earlier in his first at-bat on the kind of year he has had. Let me put it in perspective. When I said this team doesn't walk, Santana's walked 77 times this year. The next closest to him is Asdrubal at 38. So, I mean, this guy's been in the middle part of the lineup. They're not throwing him strikes, you know, at times when they can pitch around this guy. They're pitching around it, and he's still being able to put up some pretty darn good numbers. He's walked 50 times from this side of the plate.
Threw him a breaking ball for a first pitch strike. And missed inside, 1-1. Popped him up. Foul ground. Sizemore makes the catch. The Indians score 2. They strand 2. They lead it 2-0 after 3. Nothing Tribe as we go to the fourth inning now. Brandon Allen, David DeJesus, Cliff Pennington will come to the plate against Genmar Gomez. The 1-0 pitch. Slugged to right. Right at Fukudome. That'll bring up David DeJesus, who bounced out to first base his first time up. And a strike on the fastball. Last year, DeJesus was having a fantastic year with the Kansas City Royals. He was hitting .318. He had 23 doubles, 3 triples, 5 homers in 91 games, and then thumb surgery ended his season. Shelley Duncan makes the grab in left field. And there are 2 down. Going to bring up Cliff Pennington, who was rung up on strikes his first time up. Here's the wind. And a fastball misses downstairs. Called a strike, 2-1. Comes back to even the count at 2-2. Up in Detroit, Doug Fister is twirling a perfect game against Kansas City through 6 innings, but there is no score in that ball game.
Boy, would they have 18 hits yesterday?
Hopped him up, but it's foul and just into the second row. Well, I remember it was 17 the last time I looked. Is that what they ended up with?
17 or 18 hits, I think, on the day, and to come back and shut them down without allowing anything. They've been swinging the bats pretty well.
Jeff Francis is pitching a 1-hitter through 5. They're going to the bottom of the 6th in that game. I'm sure Al will keep us up to date as that game moves along. Now the line in the 2-2. Swung on and missed. Gomez with a 1-2-3 4th inning. It's his 3rd strikeout of the night, and it's 2-0 Cleveland, middle of the 4th. inning. Shelley Duncan, Jack Hanahan, and Jason Donald due up for the Indians. Shelley Duncan goes after that pitch that was up around his eyes. Following it back. Duncan flied to center his first time up. And a routine bouncer to short. Cliff Pennington slings it over, one down. Tomorrow afternoon, join Bruce Drennan and All Bets Are Off live from the Canfield Fair. He'll be joined by Youngstown State basketball coach Jerry Slocum, Mahoning Valley GM Jordan Taylor, and many more guests. See Bruce live from the Canfield Fair tomorrow afternoon at 3. Now, for more information, you can visit CanfieldFair.com. Jack Hanahan bounced out to second his first time up. My buddies that I went to college with who grew up in Mahoning Valley. That's an old saying, I guess.
What's that?
Up in there. The only thing fair is the Canfield Fair. Now the 3-0 to Jack, taking. It's a called strike.
Well, I look forward to it this time of year, every year, huh? Right before Labor Day.
Yeah, the Lorain County Fair, it either just wrapped up, I think it was just last week.
There we go. That little comeback pitch at the top is on the air show is getting ready for the weekend, isn't it?
Labor Day, yeah, you're right there.
I mean, I'm driving by the shoreway. I can see the tents and everything getting ready to go up, and we'll be gone, although they will be here Monday. We'll be back for a day game, so we'll see them buzzing around here.
That's true, because it seems like we're always home on Labor Day.
Yeah.
That air show, we always see those planes, and that is quite a spectacle. Payoff pitch. Line to center, a base hit for Jack Hanahan, and so he stays red hot. That's his 11th hit on the homestand. And a one-out base runner for Jason Donald.
There it goes, right back up the middle. He tried to throw that same pitch to Jack that he, took the last time, and he was ready for it this time. Got a base hit.
Donald with a swing and a miss. The 0-1. And now Donald down on the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Jason Donald, of course, began the year on the DL. And has battled a couple of different injuries, but getting the opportunity now in the big leagues. Another guy who has spent a lot of time on the disabled this year is Trevor Crowe, but happy to report he was expected to be in the Columbus Clippers lineup tonight. A long road back for him after having shoulder surgery back on March 30th. Bounce to second, double play ball. Pennington on to first. That'll end the fourth. 2-0 Cleveland as we move to inning number 5. And by Panini's. Like Panini's franchise group on Facebook for your chance to win giveaways and prizes. It's a 2-0 Indians lead as we move to the 5th inning. Kurt Suzuki, Scott Sizemore, and Jemile Weeks due up. Jenmar Gomez has thrown 63 pitches. So far on the night, 9 out of 16 first pitch strikes. He has retired 4 in a row after setting down the side in order in the 4th inning. Good pitch in for a strike. And it's 0-2 to Suzuki. In the air to left. Dropping for a hit. It gets by Duncan. Backed up by Carrera, and Suzuki will have to hold with a long leadoff single. So he's 2 for 2 tonight.
Yeah, you got Matsui 2 for 2 and Suzuki 2 for 2. The only other hit is Weeks. This ball in on the trademark, so it looked like he might have hit it harder than what he did. In comes Duncan, but that ball's going to get by him. But a heads-up play by Carrera to get behind him and just hold him to a single. You know, that's a good backup play right there. You're thinking he's going to catch the ball, and it gets by him.
And Scott Sizemore takes a strike. Scott Sizemore has hit 11 doubles in the month of August. Only Jeff Francoeur, not surprisingly, of Kansas City, has hit more with 12. Just recently hit his 40th in their last trip to Cleveland. 1-2 the count. Gomez now at 70 pitches on the night. 42 have been strikes. And a little bit low. A little bit high. And now the count goes full at 3-2. Payoff pitch. Strike 3 called. Fourth strikeout for Gomez. We'll go back to the studios for an in-game update with Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, you were talking about that perfect game by Doug Fister, and he pitched very well tonight. However, KC just got a run on a sacrifice fly. Gordon a double, Butler a sac fly. KC leads this one now 7-0 in Detroit. Francis against Fister, just 3 hits total. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Al. So a 1-0 Royals lead in the 7th inning. Santana gloves it at first, had trouble getting it out of the mitt, and the throw back to first not in time, and it goes into the Oakland dugout.
Well, confusion. Well, confusion at first base. I was thinking that Cabrera probably should have held on to that ball, and with the guy bearing down on him, he decided to get rid of it. And by the time Gomez was over there, you know, it just gets by him into the dugout, so it'll go as an error. I want to see it again. Santana couldn't get it out of the glove, and by the time he does, Cabrera decides he's going to throw it, and Gomez just, over at first base. Let's see if he had trouble over the bag. Okay, they're going to give the pitcher the error to Gomez on that play. He was over there and just couldn't stay near the base.
Yeah, because it looked like the throw was right there.
Yeah, it was right there at the base. That's what made me look. Either that, you hold it up, but the guy was coming down. Let's just keep your eye on Gomez getting to first base for the relay throw. He gets over there, and Santana a little bit in his way, and he just got his feet tangled up. That's all. That's why it's a tough throw for a shortstop when you have to lead a pitcher or throw to a pitcher over there. So they do get the force out, but then the error puts Weeks to second base.
Strike over the outside edge, evens the count of 1-1. Bounce foul just wide of the bag and in foul ground.
That looked awfully close going down there, but it was foul. It certainly landed foul. And from our angle, hard to tell. But it was foul by about a foot.
Two down, a runner at second. And a 1-2 pitch coming to Coco Crisp. Banged in the hole, gets through. Coming around third, Weeks. He will score, and the A's are on the board as Coco Crisp delivers a 2-out RBI single here in the fifth.
Well, doesn't it always happen? You give them an extra out, and they give them an extra base, and they take advantage of it. So a 2-out hit gets Oakland on the board. For Coco, it's his 45th RBI, and it's a CNI base hit, a breaking ball. He rolls over on, and it just gets in between first and second, enough for Weeks to score. So they cut the lead in half. It's a 2-1 ball game now.
Downstairs, ball one to Matsui. He's 2 for 2 on the night. He singled to right in the first, singled to left in the third. Into the teeth of the shift. Donald throws him out. Halfway home, the Indians lead the A's 2-1. Carrera and Kosuke Fukudome for the Indians. And a strike over the outside corner. Low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike. Yankees lead the Red Sox at Fenway 2-0. They're in the 4th inning. Boston began the night. 1.5 game lead over the Yankees in the AL East. Two balls, 2 strikes. Over in the National League, the Arizona Diamondbacks continue to surge. They've won 7 in a row. They lead the Giants by 5 games in the NL West.
What a story. They've got a series against the Giants this weekend in San Francisco. So they can really make a statement.
Puts a lot of pressure on San Francisco
well, sure
to
it
have
does.
to win them now.
Yeah, it does. They can make a statement if they can go in there and play well.
3-2 fouled back. In Chicago, Twins and White Sox scoreless. They're in the second inning. Chicago has now won their last 4 in a row. The 3-2. Foul the other way. How about Glenn picking up that stool and getting out of the way in a hurry? Some nimbleness.
He's no rookie. He's done it before.
One more time, the 3-2 pitch, the 80th of the night for Cahill, and he strikes out Marson. That's his first strikeout of the game. Game recap brought to you by your Northern Ohio Toyota dealers. Kosuke Fukudome with a 2-run double in the third to put the Indians up 2-0, and then Coco Crisp with a 2-out RBI single, getting Oakland on the board here in the fifth. Find out about more than 30 Toyota offers available now at buyatoyota.com. Now Ezekiel Carrera. His infield single led to a run in the third.
Well, they're really pinching in now at the corners with nobody on.
Bounced right at the third baseman Sizemore and in on the grass. That was not an easy play.
No, that was a good job right there.
2 down.
He almost slapped it by him. That's a pretty good job of hitting, but it was a one hopper right there. He snagged it. But that's what you try to do when you pull in those corners because of the bunt. You can slap it by him. It's just that one had a pretty decent hop for him.
Scoreboard update brought to you by your Northern Ohio Ford dealers and the all-new 2012 Ford Focus. Ford Drive One. Kosuke Fukudome's 2-run double in the third, providing the Indians offense here so far tonight. Quickly 0-2 the count.
Yeah, that's what he was last time. And then went to 3-2 and got the hit. He was down 0-2. He started him off change-ups like he was there, like he did this time.
Now 2-2. Did he go?
Nope. Back to 3-2. Second straight at bat, down in the count 0-2. Works it back to a full count. Last time he fouled off a couple before he hit the gapper. It's his third full count of the night.
And the payoff pitch is strike 3 called. So 5 in the books, 2-1 Cleveland. Subway restaurant to pick up your Wahoo Bucks $5 discount coupons for the Subway Extreme Fan Zone. It's the place to be for a chance to win Subway gift cards, Indians fun money, and you'll get great discounts on your next Subway purchase. Subway, where winners eat. Two-one Tribe as we go to the 6th inning. Josh Willingham, Brandon Allen, and David DeJesus. Activity in the Indians bullpen as Genmar Gomez starts the inning with a pitch down low for ball one.
Yeah, his last start against Oakland back on May 5th, he went 5 1/3 innings and gave up 6 hits. He's given up 6 hits tonight, and he's going into the 6th inning.
And so far in the series, the top 3 hitters for Oakland have gone 8 for 20. Everybody else 3 for 32. Willingham in that cleanup spot. 0 for 2 tonight, 0 for 5 in the series. Takes a strike, and it's 1-2. Right back to the mound. A nice stab by Gomez. And the flip to Santana for out number 1. Good quick reaction by Genmar to flag that down.
He had a lot more time, but he got rid of it like it was a hot potato. The hot rock he had to get rid of. But he makes a nice play, man. Stabs it, gets down, gets to a knee, and flips it to Santana, out number 1. Nice to retire that leadoff guy.
Brandon Allen 0 for 2. He lined out to right field his last time up. And a fastball over the outside corner. Good pitch by Gomez. Bounced weakly towards second. Donald throws him out. 2 down. The AT&T trivia question tonight. Let's check the answer. We were looking for 3 left-handed hitters for the A's with 35 or more homers in a season. Well, Mitchell Page, we thought was one.
Reggie Jackson.
Reggie Jackson, maybe.
Jason Giambi.
Jason Giambi.
And Matt Stairs.
Matt Stairs.
And that bumblebee that was flying over on our screen. That's following Murph to work today. Murph just loves bees. He's like a honeycomb.
He's like a honeycomb.
Yeah, he attracts bees. They flock to him.
Popped in the air, left field. Duncan back a few. Makes the grab, and an 8-pitch 6 for Genmar Gomez. 2-1 Cleveland. There's a youngster at the ballpark tonight enjoying a 2-1 Indians lead to this point. And as we go to the bottom of the 6th, we'll see if the Tribe can add to it. Genmar Gomez would certainly love to see that as Drupal Cabrera, Jim Thome, and Carlos Santana do up for the Tribe.
I would imagine he's done tonight. Job well done.
Right back to Cahill, who makes the grab, fumbles with it, but still flips it over to get Cabrera for out number 1. So a couple of good defensive plays made by each pitcher.
Yeah, watch this. He makes the catch and whoa, get out of the way. That's going to go 1. He drops it. 1, 3. He at least gets the out. They've had the drops tonight defensively.
Now here's Jim Thome, who has singled and walked. Looks at a ball down low.
Send along some more birthday wishes. Frank Hansel of Twinsburg is 71. Maury Rosen of Bath, 65.
Also, Tommy Conway celebrating his 57th birthday from Atlanta, Georgia. All in the dirt.
Andrew Madden of Lakewood is 17. His dad, Chris, here works with us. So, Andrew, happy birthday, pal.
Little Mad Dog. See if he gets a strike here, 3-0. He does. Ball 4. Second walk for Thome tonight.
Well, check out the Indians playoff payoff program. You make a deposit for 2012 season ticket plan, and you're guaranteed the opportunity to secure tickets for any potential postseason games played right here at Progressive Field. Visit Indians.com and find out more.
That was the 1,000th career walk for Jim Thome as an Indian. He's the franchise's all-time leader before he left.
Yeah, he had 997. You're right when he came back. So that's 2 tonight and 1 more. So
yeah,
it's a better number, 1,000 instead of 997.
There's a long drive to deep right field. Forget about it. Gone to Souvenir City. Carlos Santana's 21st home run of the night makes it a 4-1 Indians lead.
Well, that's pretty much a no-doubter. You knew it as soon as it left the bat.
I think I said it was his 21st home run of the night. That'd be a record.
Of the night. I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the home run replay brought to you by Great Clips. There's a beautiful swing. And that ball gets deep into the night. That's great needs, great deeds, great clips for Carlos Santana's great swing. That makes it a 4-1 ball game. And he has homered in back-to-back nights.
And now Shelley Duncan, who is 0 for 2 in the ball game, looks at a pitch just a little bit outside.
Send along some anniversary wishes as well. John and Anna Chorba of Rocky River celebrating their 64th anniversary, and Robert and Helen Mormon of North Ridgeville, their 53rd. Congratulations and happy anniversary.
Faustino de los Santos warming for Oakland. And Duncan is hit by the pitch. Bob Melvin's going to go to the bullpen.
That's the 6th batter that Cahill has hit this year, and his night will be over.
Call to the bullpen brought to you by Verizon 4G LTE. Rule the air on the most advanced 4G network in the world. Faustino de los Santos is Facebook friends, become a fan of Sports Time Ohio and get the latest programming updates. Take a look at behind-the-scenes photos and videos. Plus, you can upload your own photos that we may use in a commercial. Check us out at facebook.com/STOHD. De Los Santos on for the 24th time this year.
Look at that, 32 strikeouts in 24 2/3 innings. But I was just watching this guy warm up, and it looks like, I mean, he could be all over the place.
Jared Head now in the ball game, running for Duncan at first. Jack Hanahan looks at a ball up high. Took off on De Los Santos, who can rush it up there.
It looks like it, but we'll see if he knows where it's going. Matter of fact, left-handers, they're 6 for 38 against him. That's a 158 batting average.
Kansas City still leading Detroit 1-0, and they're in the 8th inning now in Detroit. And a strike called to even the count at 1-1. Foul back out of play, 1-2. Hanahan liftoff. back, and gone. Jack Hanahan's 6th home run of the year makes it a 4-run 6th inning for the Indians. And they now lead it 6-1.
Couple of 2-run homers in the inning, and Jack picked on a breaking ball from De Los Santos, a spinner that stayed right there for him. It speeds up his bat, and he drilled it into the seats. So a 4-run inning on 2 2-run homers. A walk, a homer, a hit batter, and a homer. And the Tribe leads it 6-1.
Hanahan's last homer came on June 8th, and it's his first homer on the year with a runner aboard. And the Indians opening things up, and now Donald with a base hit inside the bag. He'll turn and burn. On his way to second, he goes in standing with a double. 3 hits in the inning, all for extra bases for the Indians.
That's about all you can do with a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. You swing and it stays fair inside the bag. So Donald will cruise into second base with his 3rd double.
Lou Marson singled and scored in the 3rd, struck out his last time up. The most runs the team has scored in the season series between these two clubs, as the Indians have put up a 6th spot here tonight with a 4-run 6th inning. On the outside corner, 2-1. Three balls and a strike. And De Los Santos has not given the A's any relief. He's given up the homer, the double, and now he's going 3-1 to Marson with Carrera waiting on deck. Just did catch the corner, full count. And the 3-2 hit on the ground to second. Jamiel Weeks will throw him out, 2 away. Donald moves over to third.
Well, he's going back to the bullpen, wants the left-hander.
Bob Melvin will make the move, as Ezekiel Carrera will be the 8th man to bat in the inning. He'll be facing Brian Fuentes when we return. franchise group on Facebook for your chance to win giveaways and prizes. Well, the Indians having their biggest inning on the homestand with a 4-run sixth, thanks to two-run homers. And they've got a chance to make it a 5-run inning if they can get a 2-out hit here. Brian Fuentes, the left-hander, on for the 60th time this year. 2 wins, 8 losses, and an ERA of over 4.
Yeah, this is an Oakland pitching staff that, before the 2 home runs in this inning, have only given up 106 as a team, which is the fewest in the league.
You figure most of those have to be on the road because Oakland's not a great home run hitting
I'll
park.
let you know.
Way outside and a great stop by Suzuki.
They've given up 55 on the road, 38 at home.
1-1 the count. Over his head that time.
That's the duster.
Suzuki has been busy tonight.
He went from the sweeper to the duster. One going down the way. This one he gets underneath and it stays right there over the head of Carrera. And Suzuki had to make a jump stop.
Now the 2-1. And it's low, 3 balls and a strike. Full count. Carrera sends a high drive down the line in the corner and a nice catch. That ends the inning. David DeJesus deep in the right field corner went in there and made the grab. But the Indians get 4 in the 6th, lead at 6-1.
Before we wrap up the series with the Oakland A's, tomorrow the Indians will be filling the house for charity. $1 from every ticket sold will go to support Our Lady of the Wayside, truly a great cause. And then Thursday, our 12:05 start. If you're in the downtown area, get on over here for lunch and 3 innings. $15 gets you in the door and a $10 food and drink voucher. You don't have to leave after 3. Stay with us the whole game. You can get your tickets online right now for both days at Indians.com. Matt, Rick? Back up to you guys.
Okay, thanks, Katie. As we go to the 7th inning now, the Indians will go to their bullpen for the first time tonight. Genmar Gomez, nice job tonight. He went 6 innings, allowed 1 unearned run on 6 hits, walked 1, struck out 4, but Ricky finished strong.
Yes, he did.
Retiring the side in order in the 6th, and the Indians get some insurance runs, and now Chad Durbin for the 46th time this year. Jared Head, who came on to run for Shelley Duncan, is now in left. And Cliff Pennington, the switch hitter, fouls that out of play. Pennington 0 for 2, couple of strikeouts tonight. Twins have taken a 3-0 lead over the White Sox. They're in the 4th inning in Chicago. That's outside. And the Royals still clinging to a 1-0 lead over the Tigers. Detroit batting bottom of the 8th. Missed outside. 3 balls and a strike. Ripped foul. Little tapper towards short as dribble Cabrera. Short hopped Santana. And now they got a chance to get him at first, but the second baseman Donald Wisely just held on to the ball. Pennington, the runner, he made about a 2 or 3 step bolt towards second base and then realized as dribble Cabrera was still out there at second base and then jetted back to the bag. It's ruled a base hit, but I don't know.
Flat foot. I disagree with that call. He just nonchalanted that ball over there. You know, he didn't get his footwork wasn't in shape, and he just flipped it over there. It wasn't a very good throw at all. If he makes a good throw, he's going to get him, but they give him a base hit. He doesn't advance.
And a swing and a miss. Tigers have tied that game with the Royals at 1-1 in the bottom of the 8th on a Maglio Ordonez RBI single. Two and 1 to count. Down low, throw down a second as the runner took off, and it's a steal for Pennington, his 10th. Well, you're down 5 runs. You better make it.
Well, yeah, they're not paying too much attention to him right there. You can see the kind of jump that he had. Marson did everything. He had no chance, really.
Now the 3-1 to Suzuki. Fouled back. Payoff pitch fouled away. Indians with a 6-1 lead here in the 7th inning.
For Durbin, it has been 6 days since he last towed the rubber. It was against Seattle in this homestand.
Popped him up. And the second baseman Donald collects that for out number 1. Let's go back to the studios right now for an in-game update once again with Al Pawlowski.
All right, Matt, Twins and White Sox in Chicago. Minnesota scores first here in the 4th inning. A 3-run homer by Jason Kubel. That made it 3-0. And just now as I speak, De Aza hit a 3-run homer for Chicago. So they're even at 4 now in the 4th. Back to you, Matt.
All right, thanks, Al. So Twins, White Sox tied. Royals, Tigers tied. They've gone to the 9th inning now in Detroit. 1-1 the score there. One on one to count. Popped up, might be playable. Santana to the railing, can't reach it. And that's fouled away. Struck him out. He finally threw a pitch that he couldn't get the bat on.
He tried, though, didn't he? It was up out of the zone. He tried to.
Hey, Cleveland Browns single game tickets are on sale now. Packers Lions will come to Cleveland during the preseason still, and then actually the Packers and Lions have already come to Cleveland during the preseason. But during the regular season, you can see the Dolphins, Titans, Seahawks, Rams, Jags, and of course those division rivals will be here, although the Bengals and Steelers are sold out. ClevelandBrowns.com. Call 800-745-3000 for more info. Jamiel Weeks, 1 for 3 on the night.
Oh, hit him. Sure did. Got him in the back leg. He couldn't get out of the way. Let's see. That little cutter sure was right off the back knee. Ouch.
And because of the way the bat came out of Weeks' hand, you can see Durbin asking, did he go? It didn't look like he did, but you know the bat ended up kind of coming forward, and it might have looked like he did.
Trying to get out of the way of it, that momentum.
And Coco Crisp takes a strike. 1 for 2 on the night for Coco with an RBI single in the 5th, accounting for Oakland's only run tonight. Left-hander Rafael Perez up in the Tribe pen.
Matsui in the on-deck circle. That ball bounced over there, so he just puts his bat up and it hits the barrel head of his bat, and the crowd didn't like it because it was going as a souvenir. He gets it back and flips it in, so now they're cheering him. There you go. No harm. Look at that.
Here's the 1-2 to Coco. Bounce to first. Santana with the flip. That'll end the inning. Durbin works a scoreless 7th, and the Indians maintain a 6-1 lead over Oakland. Time now for the Cleveland Clinic 7th inning stretch. Indians fans, time to get up. Furniture, home of Sealy's Posturepedic mattress, made in Northeast Ohio. And by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers. It's time to join the Hyundai movement. Bottom of the 7th inning, 6-1 Indians. And it'll be Kosuke Fukudome as Dribble Cabrera and Jim Thome against Brian Fuentes, who got the last out of the 6th. Right back up the middle. Behind the bag, Pennington rifles to first to get Fukudome. One away. Our Miller Taste Greatness moment. On this date in 1995, Albert Bell did what he seemed to do almost on a nightly basis. He gave the Indians the 8th of their 9 walk-off wins on that year.
How about getting on top of that high fastball?
Ball looked like it was above the letters.
It was. I think he was looking for it, but he got up on top of it.
One ball, one strike for Cabrera, who is 1 for 3 on the night. As Dribble with a high fly ball left field, Matsui will make the catch for out number 2. And we'll see Jim Thome, who drew his 1,000th career walk as an Indian his last time up and came around to score. There's a high fly ball to left over near the line. Matsui makes the catch. And the Indians go 1-2-3. We go to the 8th. 6-1 Tribe.
Reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
All right, we go now to the 8th inning. And Rafael Perez will be the third Indians pitcher to work tonight. Left-hander on for the 62nd time this season. And he'll be facing Hideki Matsui, Josh Willingham, and Brandon Allen. After Chad Durbin worked a scoreless inning of relief. Hideki Matsui 2 for 3 with a couple of singles on the night. Minnesota has gone back in front of Chicago. Twins lead the White Sox 5-3. Bottom of the 9th in Detroit, Tigers and Royals tied at 1. Now it's 6-3 Minnesota. In the 5th inning in Chicago.
They keep putting on numbers here in a hurry, don't they? Al first told us it was 3-0. Next thing you know, it was 3-3.
Yeah. Twins trying to stop a White Sox 4-game win streak. Matsui is swinging a miss, and the count is 1-2. Hit foul up the third base side. Count remains 1-2. And the 1-2 pitch fouled out of play. That's Neil Wagner, who just got called up today. Could be coming on here for the bottom of the 8th.
Trying to clean out some of that mud from his spikes.
1-2 pitch. Hit to the shortstop Cabrera with that shift on. Throws him out.
Perfect defense on the infield for him. The last 4 games for the Indians have been one-run contests. 3 of them 2-1. They've been able to win 3 out of those 4 one-run games. Tonight, a different story. They got a little breathing room.
One ball and 1 strike. A strike called, and the count is 1-2. Rafael Perez comes set, and the 1-2 pitch. Down and in. These 2 teams continue their 4-game series tomorrow night. And then Thursday we'll wrap it up with a 12 o'clock game. No television on Thursday. A little bit outside, full count. Tomorrow night we'll feature Ubaldo Jimenez going for the Indians and right-hander Rich Harden going for the A's. We'll have it for you at 7 o'clock on STO. The payoff pitch. Bounced slowly to short. Cabrera on the short hop pick throws him out, 2 down. Willingham now 0 for 7 in the series. And it brings up Brandon Allen, who is also 0 for 7. A little bit low for ball 1. With 2 down and the bases empty, the 2-0 pitch to Brandon Allen is popped back and out of play. Bruce Fields and Manny Acta looking things over as the 2-1 is drilled deep to center. Carrera racing back, makes the catch in the middle of the warning track to retire the side in order. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. It's still 6-1 Cleveland. Indians with a 6-1 lead over the A's. We'll see Carlos Santana, Jarrett Head, and Jack Hanahan for the Tribe. Meanwhile, Neil Wagner making his major league debut here. He was originally drafted by the Cleveland Indians. He was a 21st round pick by the Tribe back in 2005. And then last year, after starting the year in the at AA Akron, he was sent to Oakland in exchange for cash considerations back on May the 14th.
And making his major league debut against the Indians. How
funny
ironic,
how things work out.
Yes, isn't it though? And he's going to get to face Santana, Jarrett Head, and Hanahan.
Funny, in the Oakland media guide, they list Neil as pitching at AAA Akron 3 years in a row.
It's just one more A.
This year, he began the season at AA Midland before moving up to AAA Sacramento. Two balls and a strike. Wagner grew up in Minnesota. Went to high school at Eden Prairie. And then went to college at North Dakota State.
North Dakota. They play a lot of baseball there.
There's a strike called. Hafner and who was the other guy? Roger Maris. I mean, not a lot of.
Who was the guy with the Angels? Erstad.
Oh, Darren Erstad. That's right. Yeah.
Right.
3-2, swung on and missed. Tonight's box score brought to you by your Northern Ohio Hyundai dealers, introducing the Hyundai Assurance trade-in value guarantee.
Bunch of twos on that board. 2-run double by Fukudome, 2-run homer by Santana, and a 2-run homer by Jack Hanahan.
It all adds up to 6. 2-4-6 for the Indians tonight in the run column. 9 hits. Got a ball loose in the outfield. You were asking me about baseball. At one time, North Dakota State University was a pretty good Division II football powerhouse.
Yeah, I could see playing football or baseball. The weather, I don't know if it's not too conducive for.
If you don't have a dome, it'd be tough to get a lot of games in the early spring. Jared Head grounds out, 2 down. Stay tuned after the ball game for the Conrad's Tire Express and Total Car Care post-game show. Conrad's home of the lowest everyday tire price guarantee. Jack Hanahan takes a strike. He bombed the 2-run homer to right field in the 6th. And a strike called. And a liner into left field, a 2-out single for Hanahan, his 3rd hit of the night. And Jack Hanahan has had a tremendous homestand, giving him 13 hits on the homestand. Tigers have the bases loaded in the bottom of the 9th inning against Kansas City in Detroit. Trying to win that game. And the Royals get out of it. They're going to the 10th inning, tied at 1 in Detroit. So the Tigers leave them loaded. Donald checks, he went too far. Fouled right side lower deck. Hanahan's at first with 2 down as Jason Donald, who doubled his last time up, finds himself down on the count 0-2. And a ground ball routine to second. Weeks flips it over. And we'll go to the 9th. 6-1 Cleveland. And that little guy hoping to see the Indians close it out.
He's staying up late. He said, forget it. I want something to chew on.
David DeJesus, Cliff Pennington, Kurt Suzuki due up for the A's. Rafael Perez worked a 1-2-3/8. Will stay on to pitch the ninth.
Well, the A's had 1 run on 5 hits last night. Tonight they have 1 run on 7 hits.
Popped up foul, back out of play.
This should stop the string of 1-run games. They're not going to get to 15 by the end of August.
No, that's a good point.
You know,
your mark will stand.
Yeah, it's going to stand. Yes, it should. It should.
Well, and if the A's fail to score here in the ninth, that'll give them 9 runs in 5 games against the Indians this year. Missed inside, 3-1 the count. There's our old buddy Joel Skinner, former Indians third base coach. Rafi Perez ready with the 3-1. And it's high, ball 4. He walks the leadoff man to Jesus. And it brings up Cliff Pennington. Cliff Pennington 1 for 3 on the night. And takes a strike. White Sox have roared back to tie that game up against Minnesota. 6-6 now in the 5th inning.
Still a long way to go.
Boy. No pitching in that one tonight. Game of slow pitch softball on the south side of Chicago. There's a rifle shot down the left field line. It's a fair ball into the corner. It goes. DeJesus into third. He'll stop there. And it's a double for Pennington. Rafael Perez working a 1-2-3/8 inning. But he's given up a walk and a double here in the ninth, and now the Indians bullpen will go back to work. Looks like Vinny Pastano who gets up first in the Tribe pen.
I don't know if that was a changeup or not, but it really did speed up the bat, Pennington. He gets his second hit of the night. So the A's have runners at second and third, nobody out. And Tim Belcher going to take a stroll to the mound.
Now Perez. As we mentioned last inning when he came on for the Indians, this is a 62nd appearance on the year, and that is tops on the club. Now, in those 62 appearances, he's worked 56 innings. And that also is the most of any Indians reliever. So certainly had more than his fair share of work. And that's down low for ball 1. 2 balls, no strikes. Go from the penthouse to the outhouse pretty quickly as a pitcher sometimes.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. A couple of hits or a walk, and natives get a little restless.
You go 1, 2, 3 in the 8th, and now they're hooting and hollering down there in the lower deck. But Perez all of a sudden in trouble, and the 2-0 pitch is a strike. Bounce foul, third base side, and it's 2-2. Rafael Perez rubs up a new baseball. Scott Sizemore in the on-deck circle. Perez worked an inning in last night's game, or was that 2 nights ago? That was 2 nights ago. Got the cards mixed up, Arch.
That's okay. I was just double checking. I know there was a Perez that pitched last night, but it wasn't Rafi.
Chris, yeah. Vinny Pistano, who's up in the pen, only worked a third of an inning last night. He is ready if needed. But right now, it's Rafael Perez with the 2-2 pitch. And that's hammered into left center field. Carrera on the run will make the catch. Tagging and coming home is DeJesus. And it's a 6-2 Indians lead with 1 down now in the 9th inning as Suzuki gets his 36th RBI on the year. That's going to do it for Rafael Perez. We've got a timeout here at Progressive Field with the Indians leading it in the 9th 6-2. Vinny Pistano, he's coming on when we come back. A's have 1 on with 1 out. And it looks like we're going to get a pinch hitter for Scott Sizemore as the right-hander Vinny Pistano on for the 57th time this year. Ryan Sweeney has made his way to the on-deck circle. Sweeney, left-handed hitter, is 4 for 16 on the year as a pinch hitter. Now the set on the pitch. And a fastball strike over the outside corner. And the 0-1 offering. Inside corner. That's a strike. It's 0-2. Now Pistano with the 0-2 offering. Almost
yes,
chased, did he?
Yes, he did.
Third base umpire Rob Drake punches him out. 2 down here in the ninth.
Yeah, he couldn't hold up. That's a high fastball, and you can see that's letter high. He started, and there's the side view. He sure did. Out number 2, 1 out away.
Jemiah Weeks. He is 1 for 3 on the night. Single in the 3rd. He was hit by a pitch in the 7th. Reached on a fielder's choice in the 5th and then came around to score. Now with a 7-game hitting streak, looks at a ball a little bit high. Going to the bottom of the 10th in Detroit. Royals, Tigers still tied at 1. And the 1-0 in there for a strike. White Sox have now gone ahead of Minnesota 7-6 in the 5th inning. Well, that's been a big 5th inning for Chicago. And they've added another run. It's 8-6, a 5-run 5th for Chicago. Right here, it's Vinny Pistano with a 1-1 pitch to Jemiah Weeks. High with a heater. 2-1 the count. Just over 20,000 tonight here at Progressive Field. Hoping to see the Indians make it 2 straight over the A's, and Lou Marston's going to go out to talk with Pistano. Quick reminder, Indians with a night game tomorrow against the A's, then a 12 o'clock game on Thursday to wrap up the homestand. They'll hit the road for 3, and then right back home here, Labor Day, a 1:05 game, then Tuesday night against Detroit, and then a Wednesday 12 o'clock game. So 3 quick games against the Tigers back here at home. Labor Day, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Hope to see you out here at the ballpark. 2-1 pitch. Bounced to short is Dribble Cabrera. Sets and throws. Got him. The Indians win it by a final score tonight of 6-2. Genmar Gomez goes 6 innings to get his first win of the year. Losing pitcher Trevor Cahill drops to 9-13 on the season. With the win, the Indians 2 games above the break-even mark now at 67 and 65. The loss drops Oakland to 60 and 75 on the year. Time now for our play of the game. It's brought to you by KeyBank. Thanks for making KeyBank the #1 bank in Northeast Ohio.
Well, 2-1 ball game, and it's very close in the 6th inning. All of a sudden, what happens? Back-to-back nights. Carlos Santana hits a blow to right field, and I mean, he got it. Nice quick swing, 2-run homer. Quickly made it 4-1, and he's letting everybody know, too. Nice swing. 21st home run of the year. 2-run homer. That's going to be our KeyBank key play of the game.
So a good win for the Indians tonight. Finally, a game that isn't a 1-run white knuckler right to the finish line. We're back to celebrate it on the Conrad